Zig Ziglar, a legendary figure in the realm of personal development and sales training, proposed a distinctive approach to persuasion rooted in integrity, empathy, and effective communication. His philosophy centers around understanding the needs and desires of others while fostering genuine relationships. This methodology is significant because it moves away from manipulative tactics, emphasizing ethical persuasion that builds trust and credibility. In the cluttered modern marketplace, where consumers are weary of traditional sales ploys, Ziglar's principles offer a refreshing approach that emphasizes long-term relationships over immediate gains. Two compelling real-world applications illustrate this approach. First, consider the sales industry, where Ziglar's techniques have been extensively adopted. By focusing on understanding client needs and providing tailored solutions, sales professionals can create more meaningful connections with their customers. This approach not only increases conversion rates, but also fosters customer loyalty. Another application can be found in leadership. Leaders who embrace Ziglar's approach cultivate authentic connections with their teams, which can enhance motivation and productivity. By practicing empathetic listening and clear communication, leaders inspire trust and encourage open dialogue, resulting in more cohesive and effective teams. Support for Ziglar's methods comes from numerous testimonials and success stories from sales professionals and leaders who have implemented his strategies to achieve significant results. Many proponents highlight that Ziglar's ethical and people-centered approach not only yields better outcomes, but also creates a more satisfying and fulfilling relational dynamic in both professional and personal contexts. However, some potential challenges and controversies can arise from using Ziglar's methods. Critics might argue that in highly competitive environments, this approach may not always lead to the quickest results, as building genuine relationships takes time. Additionally, skeptics might question whether such an approach can be uniformly applied across different industries and cultural contexts, where expectations and norms around communication may differ. Ziglar's approach is intrinsically linked to other aspects of persuasive communication, such as emotional intelligence and integrity. These elements are not only central to his philosophy, but also critical to the broader practice of effective communication. By prioritizing authenticity and mutual respect, Ziglar's approach forms a holistic framework that empowers individuals to connect with others more profoundly, leading to more persuasive and impactful interactions. By influencing how persuasion is practiced, Ziglar's teachings offer invaluable insights that resonate well beyond sales, touching every facet of personal and professional life where effective communication is key. Understanding the fundamentals of persuasive communication is essential to grasping Zig Ziglar's secrets and effectively applying them. Persuasive communication involves deliberately guiding someone's thoughts or behaviors towards a desired outcome through strategic messaging. At its core, it is about presenting ideas in a manner that resonates with the audience, fosters trust, and motivates action. The importance of this topic within Ziglar's framework cannot be overstated, as persuasion is a foundational skill that underpins all successful personal and professional interactions. It is Ziglar's deft understanding of these principles that allowed him to influence, inspire, and connect with millions. To see this in action, imagine a sales representative who must convince potential buyers of the value of a new product. By employing persuasive communication techniques, such as invoking a sense of urgency or tapping into the audience's emotions, they can effectively sway consumer decisions. Similarly, consider a leader who seeks to rally their team around a new organizational vision. By aligning their message with the team's values and demonstrating genuine passion, they can more effectively inspire collective movement towards that vision. Ziglar advocates for authenticity and empathy in communication. He often emphasized that persuasion is not about manipulation, but about genuinely believing in the value of what you offer and conveying that belief to others. This ethos reflects his view that personal integrity and strength of character are vital components of persuasive communication. Challenges to this view may arise in the context of ethical boundaries in persuasion. Critics might argue that the fine line between persuasion and manipulation can sometimes blur. particularly in high-stakes environments like advertising or politics. However, Ziglar consistently stressed the importance of maintaining ethical standards, asserting that true persuasion respects the autonomy and well-being of all parties involved. Understanding the fundamentals of persuasive communication is intricately linked to other aspects of Ziglar's teachings. Whether it is about setting goals, building relationships, or enhancing leadership capacity, persuasive communication serves as a bridge that connects words with actions, thereby amplifying the effectiveness of each strategy. By mastering this core element, individuals are better equipped to implement Ziglar's broader philosophies in a cohesive and impactful way, ultimately advancing both their personal growth and professional success. In this sense, it acts as both a catalyst and a conduit for broader transformational change, underscoring its centrality in Ziglar's legacy. The art of building trust and rapport is fundamental to mastering persuasive communication, as emphasized by Zig Ziglar. At its core, building trust and rapport involves creating a sense of connection and reliability between individuals, fostering an environment where open, honest communication can flourish. This process is crucial as it lays the foundation for effective persuasion, enabling communicators to influence others in a meaningful and ethical manner. In the context of Zig Ziglar's teachings, trust and rapport are not just strategies, but essential components of successful interactions, whether in sales, leadership, or personal relationships. The significance of building trust and rapport in persuasive communication is paramount. Without trust, any attempt at persuasion may come across as manipulative or insincere, likely leading to resistance or rejection. Ziglar, known for his emphasis on integrity and genuine interest in others, believed that trust must be earned and maintained for persuasion to be effective and lasting. In practice, consider a salesperson who starts by actively listening to a customer's needs rather than immediately pushing for a sale. This approach, championed by Ziglar, builds rapport as the customer feels understood and valued, paving the way for a more persuasive engagement. Another example is a leader who consistently demonstrates transparency and reliability, earning their team's trust over time. These leaders can effectively advocate for change or motivate their team because their established rapport lends credibility to their message. There are numerous opinions that reinforce the importance of trust and rapport. Many communication experts argue that the most successful persuaders are those who prioritize relationships over transactions, echoing Ziglar's people-focused philosophy. However, challenges do exist. In today's fast-paced digital age, building genuine trust can be challenging due to the prevalence of superficial interactions online. Skepticism can also arise from past experiences where trust was breached, causing resistance to new attempts at rapport building. Moreover, some might argue that in competitive environments, focusing too much on building rapport might slow down decision-making processes. However, as Ziglar highlighted, short-term gains achieved without genuine rapport often crumble under scrutiny, whereas trust-based persuasion leads to sustainable success. This approach also influences other aspects of persuasive communication, such as credibility, empathy, and mutual respect. Ultimately, Zig Ziglar's perspective on the art of building trust and rapport underscores it as the cornerstone of not just persuasion, but meaningful human connection. By truly connecting with others, communicators can transcend traditional persuasion techniques, fostering interactions that are transformative and genuinely impactful. Techniques for effective listening and questioning are essential components of persuasive communication, especially when borrowing strategies from Zig Ziglar. At its core, effective listening involves actively understanding the speaker's message without premature judgment, while questioning seeks to clarify information and elicit detailed responses. Ziglar, a master in sales and motivation, believed that truly understanding your audience is the key to influencing them. Listening and questioning are not just passive acts, but dynamic interactions that build trust and uncover the needs, desires, and motivations of those you are trying to persuade. The importance of these techniques in persuasive communication cannot be overstated. By listening intently, you demonstrate respect and empathy, creating an environment conducive to honest interaction. Questioning, meanwhile, can help refine your understanding and guide the conversation, making it more productive. For example, in a sales scenario, instead of pitching a product immediately, a salesperson might ask open-ended questions to learn about a customer's specific needs. This approach not only aligns with Ziglar's emphasis on serving rather than selling, but also creates opportunities for tailored solutions that resonate more deeply with the audience. In the workplace, a manager may use these techniques to improve team communication. By listening to employee feedback and asking strategic questions, they can identify potential issues before they escalate, fostering a more harmonious and productive team dynamic. This exemplifies Ziglar's belief in positive communication and relationship building as foundational for success. Many agree that active listening and insightful questioning empower more meaningful connections and engaged dialogue. Supporters of this idea emphasize how these techniques cultivate patience, open-mindedness, and adaptability, leading to outcomes that benefit all parties involved. However, challenges exist. Genuine listening and questioning require time and energy, which some may find difficult in a fast-paced world. Skeptics may argue that overemphasis on listening and questioning can stall decision-making processes or be perceived as manipulative if not conducted sincerely. These techniques are intertwined with other aspects of persuasive communication outlined by Ziglar, such as understanding human psychology and the art of dialogue. They influence one's ability to be empathetic, credible, and genuinely helpful. All essential traits Ziglar advised for anyone aiming to persuade effectively. By mastering listening and questioning, communicators can wield influence with integrity and sincerity, fulfilling Ziglar's ethos of persuasion that serves, enhances, and transforms.